Hey there, Deborah Moorhead, and welcome to this video. What do permission, decisions, and fears have to do with your sucky relationships? Now, I know that's a strange question, but permission, decisions, and fears are all the things that get in your way from making that intentional, conscious commitment to changing your sucky relationship. So let's get into each one of these. So I want to start with fears first. I want to describe kind of a picture. First of all, we all live in our comfort zone. It's over here or wherever it is, but we live in our comfort zone. What's comfortable to us, what's familiar to us, we all live in that. As human beings, we do. But here's the trick. Over here is where all the great things happen. Your desires that you want the most are over here. The magic is over here. And this is where fears come in, because you've got to go through your fears to get from your comfort zone to where your desires are, what the things you really want. And it's those fears. We all have them. It's that what if that runs through our mind. What if I fail? What if they reject me? Maybe I don't even deserve what I really want. These are all thoughts that so many, if not all of us, have in our minds. So it is those fears that get in our way. And what happens is the fears create protective parts of us that say, we can't go over there. It may not be worth it. It may not work. All those fears run through our minds again. And that's where the next piece comes in, because our fears, we have to find a way to work through our fears to be able to even go that direction. And that's where permission comes in. Being able to give ourselves permission is a must if you want to get to the great place in the non-sucky relationships. But how are we going to do that? Because those protective parts of us are still saying, no, don't go through the fears, right? The protective parts are still protecting us. We want to get them to a yes place. Well, how do we do that? Let me start by letting you know kind of where some of those fears and the protective parts all come from. The majority of them come from our childhood. They come from the rules that were handed down to us from our family. They come from the roles that we were kind of placed in. They come from our experiences. They come from maybe what people actually told us who we were or what we could have, or maybe stories we told ourselves. That's where they come from. So in order to change and get the protective parts to say yes and to give yourself permission, what needs to happen is that you just need to challenge them. Now, how do you go about challenging those rules, those beliefs, those negative, thoughts and experiences? What you have to do is you have to help them to see that, hey, I'm different today than I was then. I know more. I have more skills. I have something more today, or I have the ability to go get what I need. You have to have all that leads then into, I'm different. It's a different place. So that's the idea. It's really to challenge some of those old stories and beliefs and rules and roles. That's what's going to get your protective part towards saying yes. Now, maybe it's even a cautious yes, but it's a yes. And that's where we want to get to, the permission, the yes. And then the next leads us into being able to make a decision. So in order to get to a true commitment, you have to make a definite decision. Now, decisions in our comfort zone are pretty easy. Yeah, what restaurant are we going to go to? Whatever. Those are pretty easy. But when we have to make a decision that pushes us out of our comfort zone, those are not quite as easy. So I'm going to give you 2 steps that can help you to do that. The first step has to do with getting to the deep why, the deep desires underneath why you want whatever it is that you're wanting. And I want you to take that a couple layers. Don't just stay on the surface. Let me give you an example. So you want to lose 30 pounds. That's your surface desire. I want to lose 30 pounds. Okay, great. But what's underneath that? Well, I want to feel good about myself. I want to look better. I want to feel good about myself. That's great. That's a second layer. Now take it a third layer. Really think about, and what will feeling good about yourself or looking good get you? It will attract love into my life. That's a deeper reason. So whatever decision you're wanting, whatever it is that you're wanting, and you're trying to make a decision about it, go at least 3 layers deep. To what will that get you? Okay? Now, the second step has to do with practicing gut checks. The world is so loud sometimes. There's so much going on, and we just go from one thing to the next thing, and we're not always very good at slowing down and going inside and checking what really is in true alignment with who I am and what I want in my life. And I want you to start practicing that. We know the answers inside of us. We don't listen very well, or we let all the other noise kind of get in our way. Now, gather whatever information you need to make sure that the reasons why you've got that backed up, but then go inside, get quiet, listen, and listen for, yes, that is in alignment with what I want in my life. Yes. When you do both of these things, then you are able to make that intentional, conscious commitment. So, in summary, if you can become aware of your fears, you can give yourself permission to move out of your comfort zone, and you can get connected to your deep desires and the why behind what you want in order to make a definite decision, then you have what it takes to make an intentional commitment to what it is you want. When you make an intentional commitment to what it is that you want, then you are living a conscious life by choice. And you can do and will do whatever it will take to get what it is you want. You can change your sucky relationships. And there you have it. I hope you've enjoyed this, and I will see you next time. And don't forget to sign up for your complimentary discovery session.